Say that one more time.
It's for my wife. I love you, babe.
Good job. No
All right,
problem.
I'm good to go. So this is the PRS Barricade stage. This is the last stage of the day, this past weekend. Usually these PRS Barricade stages are 8 shots and you're gonna be timed. So if there's somebody that has a tie at the end of the match, they usually the tiebreaker is the time on your PRS Barricade. But one of my wise friends told me in the past to not worry about the tiebreaker stages, but just approach it normally. So that's what I did. I'd rather get my hits and take my time and get one shot at a time right than rush through it. Because usually when you rush through a stage, that's when things can go bad. So that's my mindset going into this PRS Barricade. Also, I'm making sure that I have my mag in, bolt back, making sure that my scope is dialed rightly with my parallax, elevation, and my windage and my magnification. So I'm going through my checklist right before I go into the stage. Fair enough. So as you guys can see, I'm making sure that I'm looking over the rifle first and pointing the rifle in the direction of the target versus looking through the scope and hunting for the target, which takes up a lot of time. So I'm rather than doing that, I'm making sure that my rifle is pointed in the direction of the target, and then I'm looking down. As far as wind goes, there wasn't much wind during this stage. We had been getting switchy winds before this, but I think while I was shooting there wasn't much wind, so I was just holding center. The target was 100 yards away and it was a pretty big target, so I was just holding center. So as you guys can see, I'm keeping my head in the gun, on the scope, making sure that I'm spotting every impact that I see, making sure that, or trying to see trays or spotting impacts, making sure that the bullet is not veering to the left or the right of the target, because if the wind picked up then I could miss. So I'm trying to maximize my probability by adjusting the impacts towards the center on my next shot. Let's say if I hit left, I'm making sure I'm centering up on that next shot. So that's what I'm doing. So at this point in this next transition, I'm trying to pay attention to what the wind is doing. Usually I try to feel it in my face if it's coming from the left or the right, or if it's picked up, so that I don't get caught off guard and miss the target. So again guys, I'm trying to make sure I'm following through and spotting my impacts, keeping my face in the scope, and making sure that I'm not gradually coming off of the target. As you guys can see, my hands are under magnification. So during this time, I increased my magnification because the target was so beat up, it was hard for me to see where the bullet was hitting in the target. So what I did was just increase my magnification just so I could do a better job of seeing where the bullet is impacting on the target. So I was actually having a hard time finding the target, and the reason why is because I did not listen to my own advice. I was looking at this inside the scope first instead of pointing the rifle in the direction of the target and looking over the rifle. I just put my face in the scope first and tried to hunt for the target. So I'm just readjusting. I caught myself and I'm looking over the rifle and pointing the rifle in the direction of the target and then looking down in the scope. So I also like to keep both of my eyes open. So what I'm doing with my left eye is with my peripheral vision, I'm looking at the bubble level on the left side of my scope and making sure that the scope is level while I'm shooting. So I'm focused, my eyes are focused on the target in the scope, and my peripheral vision can see the bubble level at the same time. So that's why I like to keep both of my eyes open. I hope you guys have liked this video so far, and let me know if you want me to do some more of these stage breakdowns. I hope they're helpful. Maybe I could incorporate a camera through the scope next time. Yeah, if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, go ahead and do that, and it really helps me out. Thank you guys for watching.